Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Nation. Now today I'm going to be doing another Dragon Ball Super discussion that I want you guys to go in the comments and help out with so we can all collectively, share our thoughts with this. But I'm going to be discussing whether or not Dragon Ball Super is going to be better than Dragon Ball Z. Now I know guys that, I'm sure a lot of you guys are saying this, that there's not much known about this series as of yet, and I might be making this video for no reason. Fine, but I know there's not a lot on this series yet, but I did want to discuss the potential that this series really has. It has huge potential, as we all know. It's the first Dragon Ball anime in 18 years, I believe, so the potential is enormous, but that could also overhype the series and make people disappointed for it. And for me, I think that it definitely can be better than Dragon Ball Z, but it has to meet quite a few different criteria points, I suppose. It's got to nail the feeling of the series, it's got to stay in tune, and I think that's not really going to be anything we have a problem with. The past two Dragon Ball Z movies felt just like the original series to me, maybe a little bit more modern, obviously, but they stayed in line with the series pretty perfectly, so I don't think we have to worry about any change in themes and moods. It's been on record, I believe, from Toei, I believe, said this. Toei Animation, I believe what they said was that this is going to be a series that appeals to new fans that are getting into the series, and it as well as being a dream come true for old fans. And this is a big statement because we're not exactly sure what this is. This series is taking place within that 10-year gap for the World Tournament, is what we're guessing. It's said to be taking place either after the Buu Saga and then leading into the end of Fukkatsu no F, or leading into events after that. It's honestly not 100% concrete even now. I know, guys, you have your opinions on when it's taking place, but I still haven't seen anything for myself concrete. If any of you guys want to share links to that, go for it, and I'll look into them. But I haven't seen anything concrete, but the most likely thing is that it's going to be taking place after Fukkatsu no F. The potential for that is huge because they have these new transformations, these Super Saiyan gods, Super Saiyans, and the amount of things they can do with characters coming into the series. This huge potential for those multiple universes to be explored really does make it a big contender to even beat Dragon Ball Z. And Dragon Ball Z is my favorite show of all time by quite a long margin, I would say. And I'm really thinking that the show might not be better. Not to say that Dragon Ball Super is going to be bad. I think this show is going to be amazing no matter what. It's definitely going to be better than Dragon Ball GT. I just think that I want my expectations to be a little bit low, even though it's obviously very hard because it's a new Dragon Ball series. It's very difficult to keep your expectations low for something like that. But you gotta look at this and not get overhyped, because if it is not as good as Z, people are gonna be calling it terrible, or they'll say it sucks, and I don't think that's gonna be the case. The thing that I always loved about Dragon Ball Z so much is that Toriyama never planned out a lot of the story. He never expected Dragon Ball Z to be that good until like the middle of the Cell games, I believe, is when he really noticed the popularity spiking. And that really helped out the story because it wasn't planned out, so he was always, working by day by day, planning out maybe short amounts of the story, but he never had the whole thing planned out in the long run. And I think that really made the series awesome to discuss and debate with people because it added a lot of inconsistencies. That can be looked at as a bad thing for a lot of people. For me, myself, it's something that I loved about the series. And I don't think Dragon Ball Super is going to have a huge amount of inconsistencies like Z. So that's a bonus for those of you who are looking for a more consistent series, because I do imagine Toriyama is going to be planning this series out heavily. It's already basically, it got announced about a little over a month ago, and it had to have been in its final process for months before that. So they've been working on it for a while. I'm sure they started working on it after Battle of Gods came out even. Because Battle of Gods, obviously they set that up to lead into Fukkatsu no F, so they've been planning Dragon Ball Z from now on instead of just kind of going off on a limb and working day by day to create a story. They have it planned out. They have the, storyboard all done. That's just my thoughts on it. It could be different, but that's the way I look at it. And, the series just has so much going for it right now, but I just can't see how it can beat my favorite show of all time. But I definitely think it's going to be better than maybe the original Dragon Ball series for me. That's just my opinion on it, guys, but I want to know what you guys think. I know the series doesn't have anything really known about it, but I just wanted to discuss the possibilities, with all these new universes that we haven't even explored, that Beerus had mentioned of Battle Gods. It's highly possible that we could be exploring those, and if that's the case, it's very likely that it could be better than the Dragon Ball Z series. If we tackle something else in the story, it's possible that it might not be as good. You know, there's going to be a lot less character development because these are already established characters that they're, you know, working with right now. So I think the best way to look at Dragon Ball Super is the way that I look at Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball as a whole is one thing to me. I know Black and Fist as well as Quaman think the same way, I believe. That Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, since they were all part of an original manga together, I look at them as one thing. It's just Dragon Ball. I think if you look at Super the same way, it'll be a lot better for you. Looking at it all as one continual series. Maybe that's the wrong way to look at it, but that's the way I'm going to kind of approach this series. It'll be I think that's the best mindset for me myself to approach it with. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys want to see in Dragon Ball Super exactly? What do you think is going to make it better than Z? What do you think is going to hold it back? I really want to hear what you guys say in the comments. So go at that, you know, discuss this so we can collectively discuss this in the comments. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.